Meghan Markle is truly one of the most dangerous public figures on the world stage at the moment. She needs to be stopped.
Has the fairy tale Prince Harry and Meghan Markle embarked on in 2016 become an absolute nightmare for them? Despite marrying in St. George's Chapel in Windsor, it seems like life hasn't been so rosy for the couple. They have gone through endless challenges, the vast majority of which are all self-inflicted.
Meghan Markle's failed plan to bag a billionaire as her marriage to Prince Harry becomes more unhappy by the...
Something big is happening behind the palace doors, and this time it's not just rumors. Instead, it is turning into a major shock. And now, Lady Colin, often called Lady C, is stepping forward with claims that are quickly grabbing attention. She says Meghan Markle may have a new strategy, and if it is true, it could completely turn Prince Harry's world upside down. And because of this, people are starting to question everything, from sudden public appearances to quiet decisions happening behind the scenes. Things just don't seem to add up anymore. So the big question is, what is really going on? According to Lady C, this isn't just a random coincidence. Instead, she believes it is carefully planned strategy, and if things go wrong, it could leave Prince Harry in a very difficult position. And even more surprising is the fact that the signs may have been there all along, hidden in plain sight, from financial changes to subtle shifts in how they present themselves publicly. Every small detail is now being looked at more closely than ever before. So if any of these claims are true, this situation could easily become one of the biggest royal shakes-up we have seen in years. And now everyone is asking the same question: is this just speculation, or is something serious already happening behind closed doors? Lady C goes further and says there is a hidden side to Harry and Meghan's marriage that completely changes how people see their relationship. And honestly, it is not what most people expected. Now, reports have also added fuel to the fire. According to sources like Radar Online, while Harry and Meghan have been trying to show a happy image publicly, things behind the scenes may not be as perfect as they appear. In fact, there are claims that the couple could be facing serious struggles, even to the point of living separate lives. And because of growing pressure, Insider says Meghan may be feeling overwhelmed. She is reportedly trying to rebuild her image, return to Hollywood, and launch her brand. But at the same time, it is putting serious strain on her marriage. And as a result of this, some sources even claim she has started considering life on her own, possibly even looking into divorce options. Now, whether this is true or not is still unclear, but the rumors continue to grow stronger. But according to Lady C, this isn't just about small issues in a marriage. Instead, she believes this could be part of a much bigger plan, a long-term strategy that may have been developing quietly over the years. And when you start looking at things this way, every move begins to feel more calculated. For example, Meghan's decision to reconnect with powerful PR firms like Sunshine Sash in 2026 doesn't seem random anymore. Instead, Lady C suggests it could be part of a large plan unfolding step by step. Also, when you look at financial decisions made since 2022, it seems to align in a way that raises questions. It's almost like pieces of puzzles slowly coming together, and at the center of it all is this alleged long-term divorce strategy. And if this is true, then the most shocking part is this: Harry could end up with very little control over how things play out. Now, what makes Lady C's comments stand out is how she presents it. She doesn't treat it like gossip. Instead, she describes it as a pattern, something built over time, with timing and decisions that seems too precise to ignore. In her view, Meghan have been moving carefully and quietly. On the surface, everything looks calm, but behind the scenes, important steps are being put in place. And because of that, it doesn't look chaotic, it looks controlled and intentional. Then, things take an even more serious turn. Some people believe the couple may already be separating parts of their lives, especially professionally, and at the same time, there are claims that Meghan may be facing financial pressure, which could be influencing her decisions. And because of that, critics suggest she may be trying to rebuild connections with healthy individuals, possibly as a way to secure her future. Whether that's fair or not is still debated, but it adds another layer to the story. Meanwhile, author Tom Bower is reportedly working on a new material that could reveal more about their relationship, which only increases speculations. Now, Lady C continues to emphasize that this situation goes beyond a normal relationship issue. Instead, she describes it as a carefully structured plan where every move is made with long-term thinking in mind. And then comes the legal side of the story, which make everything more complicated. On one hand, you have California law, where assets built during marriage are usually shared equally, but on the other hand, you have royal traditions and expectations, which operate very differently. So when these two systems collide, things can become very complex. And according to Lady C, this is where strategy becomes very important. Because if timing and decisions are carefully managed, the outcome could be very different from what people expect. She also points out that this situation may involve more than just money. Instead, it could come down to control, especially over intellectual property, branding, and media projects. And if Meghan has been leading those areas, then she could have a strong advantage. However, Lady C suggests that some of these arrangements may not have been part of the original agreement. Instead, they may have been added later, possibly updated during major life changes around 2020, when the couple stepped away from royal duties and moved to the United States. And if this is true, then one key detail becomes very important. Harry may have agreed to changes without fully understanding every detail at the time. And that single decision could end up having major consequences. Because in situations like this, one signature can completely change how powerful power is divided. So while prenup updates are normal, Lady C believes this particular case may carry more weight. And when you add everything together, the timing, the financial moves, the legal structure, it starts to look like less like coincidence and more like a carefully planned setup. And now, after everything we have just uncovered, the big question remains: if all of this is really happening behind the scenes, and if the royal family is trying to protect its future, then is Prince Harry actually making the right decisions? If he is protecting the monarchy or going too far? Drop your thoughts in the comment section below, because this is one debate that is far from over. And if you found the breakdown interesting, don't forget to like, subscribe, stay tuned, because the next revolution might be even bigger. See you in the next one.